Good evening, guys. So, today we will understand more detail about the statistics, their various parts, and all the various topics. But first of all, we will do 10-minute revision, quick revision of the previous lecture, what we have covered in the previous lecture. So we can so our understanding also gets better, and for the topics we can easily understand if our base is clear then. So for that purpose we will first understand the basic of the previous lecture in very much detail, because it's very much helpful to do revision as such. So first of all, as I said, as such, I recorded the video, but my storage space was running out, so it won't record it. So let's do one more time recording. It's no problem. We can do it. It's not an issue. So now let's start what we have covered up in the previous lecture. Please do comment what we have covered. Answer the question. So first of all, we have covered what is statistic. Statistic is nothing but the collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting the data. For what we do this to make to make better decisions and understand the world around us. Sorry for that. And understand world around us. Another we have learned is why do we need statistic? What's the need of the statistic? Why we are using it? As it's required in everyday life, as such we see now. So it's required for we live in the world full of the data statistic as such. So it helps us to summarize large amounts of the information, draw meaningful conclusions, make predictions, and another we can say is support the decision in also the almost every field, from business to medicine and sports and many more as such. Next, we have covered about the types of statistics. In that, there are the two types, descriptive and inspirational. In that, descriptive, in that first type was descriptive, where in that descriptive describes the data using the charts, graphs, averages, etc., like mean and all the things. Next was type was the informational statistics that helps to make the predictions or generalization about the population using a sample. Okay. From that we have covered population and sample. In that population, the whole group population is the whole group we want to study. For example, students in a school. And the sample is the smaller part of the population used to represent the whole. In that example, we can think is the 100 student from that school. So it's the small sample. Another part we have discussed was the sampling techniques. So which are they? List uh, List them out in the comment first. After that, continue the video. So it's like you will recall all the things together with me on. So like that. So sampling techniques are the simple random sampling. First is simple random sampling, in that every individual has equal chance of selected as next step was the stratified sampling, in that dividing into the groups and sampling for the each. After that after that the type was, let me see. I am also doing with you guys only. So another type was the stratified, then systematic. Then it was the systematic sampling. What was in that? What we have covered in that? Systematic means like it follows some predefined path. Like if we are taking the survey of every eighth person, then there will be some system that will only be occurring. Next type was convenience. Convenience sampling. In that we have covered what's the convenience sampling. In that we have covered the easiest to reach, like but not always reliable. Easiest way to reach our decision, but as such it's not very much preferable. And last type was cluster sampling. In that we divide the whole part into the small clusters, and after that we perform the operations. That's only for this. So like which are the sampling techniques? Recall ones: simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, convenient sampling, and cluster sampling. Okay. Now the next part we have covered, that was types of variable, which was our last part. Types of variable. Okay, so in that we have discussed there are the two types of variables. One is the, which one? Write it in the comment. Quantitative variable and qualitative. Sorry for this. Qualitative variable. Okay. Now first the quantitative variable, numerical values. In that age, height, all can come. What's the quantitative variable? It's an numerical value. And while in the quantitative, what's it? It's the categorical value. Can you give me the example in the comment? Examples are the age, height, weight, okay, and for the qualitative, what are the example? Somebody can give me? Blood pressure, not the blood pressure but blood group. Sorry for that. Another we can say it is as gender, color, like that only. Okay, so now so in the quantitative there will be also the two types, discrete and continuous variables. As discrete are let me write it only here. Quantitative two types, discrete and continuous. Okay. So discrete are the countable and like the number of the children, and continuous is measurable, like the weight. देन वेट है, फिर हाँ टेम्परेचर है, जैसे कि हम वो डेसिमल पॉइंट में मेजर करते हैं, इसलिए वो कंटिन्यूअस होता है. और इज द नंबर ऑफ चिल्ड्रंस, उसको हम ऐसे वो साढ़े दो और ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते, वो इसलिए वो डिस्क्रीट बोलते हैं उसको. Now we will I will give I will give you some part to do for the practice. That's the quick thing. Can you give me the example of a discrete variable? I have spoken just now, and it will take 1 minute. It will take hardly 30 seconds to write you in comments. So please write it. So it's a number of children. Okay. Now the another is a stratified sampling scenario. We have discussed in the tomorrow lectures. Do you remember that? What's the scenario? From example only you can answer it. It's an gender in which we can categorize into the two parts only, like male and female. No other category is possible. Okay, no overlapping of the strata happens at that. Now another is a qualitative variable from your daily life. Answer it. Qualitative, okay? So what it will be? Like our name, we can say. Okay. So great. Now we have got our brains warm up. Now let's move on to the today's topic. Okay. So the main topic we need to understand is, which is very much important as for the your interview purpose. So it's favorite questions and it's very much easy to understand. And if you need these notes, then please do comment out. I will provide you the notes also. So please do comment. I will provide, and please let me know that how's the lectures going, and if you need any improvement, then please comment, and which topics you need video in the detail, then I will make it for you. So do comment. So now let's continue for the today's topic, which is the variable measurement scale. There are various there are mainly four types of variable measurement scale. Okay. So first of all, we will see first type of variable scale, that is the nominal scale. What's the nominal scale? It's just a name or categories. No, in this the order is not important, and it will list the names and categories like the categorical data. Okay, but in that order is not important. We can adjust it as first or last or anywhere in the part. No one has fixed order. Okay, like we can say example is the icon. Then anybody can have any eye. It's not like that first who got the first will be having this cycle. No, it's not like that. Okay, city name and the gender. Okay, so this falls under the nominal scale. Now another type is the ordinal. Ordinal is order of the two data matters, but value not. In this, the first comes the first one. Value doesn't matter, but the order is most important part. So we need to bifurcate between the nominal and ordinal. In that, the main part is that in the nominal, the order is not important. Sorry for that. In nominal, the order is not important, and in ordinal scale, order matters. Categories with the order but no exact difference. Okay, for example, like ratings: good, better, best. So in that ratings, the good come at third position, at second we can say. Then better comes on 1 and best comes on the 0. Now movie ratings. In the we are rating some movie in scale of 1 to 5 like that. Then the 1 is like the poorest part. So we know that. And 5 is like the bestest and bestest part. So in that the order matters, but value doesn't. Like 5 it comes after the 1, but the value doesn't matter. But just the order matters in this. Okay. Now another is the intervals. Another one is the interval scale. Order matters, value matters, neutral zero is not present. In this, the zero scale is not measured. Like ordered equal spacing, no true zero. In this, the no true zero is present. For example, we can think like temperature in Celsius or distance. We measure the distance from our home to our school. It can't be zero as such. Now next scale is the ratio scale. Ordered equal spacing and has a true zero. In this the zero is present. Salary example. So like pursuing the internship, then you don't have any salaries. So it can also have the value zero. Height or weight or some income. Okay. So these were the four various measurement scale. Now we will discuss why it is important. Tell us why. What math we can do, how to visualize data by these scales as such, how to compare the values in this also these scales are very much important. Now the key takeaways we will see is the nominal ordinal for used for categorizing things. In that the value will be the categorical value, and in the ratio and ratio scale was an interval scale. In that the data will be numerical. Used for math and analysis, ratio scale is most powerful. You can do all kinds of calculation with it. Okay. Now the next part is the frequency distribution table. Frequency table is a way to organize data by counting how often each value or group of values appear. It's nothing that how often each values appear is only the frequency distribution table. Okay. Now like let me how often each value appears is only the frequency distribution table. Why do we use it as why do we require it or why we use it? Answer. So it helps us to organize large amounts of data, makes it easier to see patterns or trends, helps in starting the statistical analysis. Okay, so now we can see the example. like the a like here the age group we can see age group in this the y is the age group and the number of people is the frequency. So for the 10 to 19 years there are five. So this represent the frequency that how often appears if we are performing the survey. Then in this it help us to identify that how many people are between the this age group. So this is the frequency for 20 to 29. This is the frequency for 30 to 39. This is the frequency for 40 to 49. This is the frequency for 50 to 59. So this represents the frequency. So this, as such, this whole table represents the frequency distribution table. Okay. Now the next is what is the class interval. So as such here we see that between 10 to 19 this represents the class interval. We will understand it here. The class interval is range of value used to group continuous neutral data, continuous numerical data. Okay. Steps are find the lowest and highest one. Sorry for that. Wait a minute. So the steps are find the lowest and highest values. Like in time interval, like we are mentioning like up to 10 to 19. So this part is the lowest value and this is the highest value of this interval. Decide how many groups or intervals you want. We need to decide it. So for that, use this formula like class width equals to highest value minus lowest value divided by number of classes. Fourth point is the make sure the intervals do not overlap. Fourth part is the make sure the intervals do not overlap. Like in this, like we are seeing that any interval is short. Like here, it's completed by 19, then it's starting from the 20. Here it's completed by 29, then it's starting from the 30, like that. So now the next topic is what's the cumulative frequency? What's the cumulative frequency? This was the normal frequency distribution. Now we will see cumulative frequency. It's nothing, just only adding the frequency. Now let's see. The cumulative frequency means the running total all frequency up to the certain point. We will understand as such the definition doesn't clear. Though first we will understand the example. So for that age group, we have taken that frequency we have taken from the this only, and cumulative frequency we will count. So you are knowing the as such you are knowing this age group, okay, and the frequency, and we need to count the cumulative frequency, okay. So how to find? First, from if we are seeing that here the frequency is what it's the 5. Okay, we will paste this as we will paste it as is it same? Okay, like here 5, then opposite side also it will be 5. Okay, after that cumulative means adding up. So after that here it's the what it is the 12. So we need to 12 plus 5, which will be the 70, will be the cumulative frequency for this interval. After that, what we will do here, it's the 18. Okay, sorry. Here it is the 18. So we will add 12 into it. Okay. No, we will add 17. Sorry for mistake. Wait. Yes, we will add 17 to it. After that, here it's the 10 value. Then we will add 35. And in this, the total is frequency is 7. And we need to add 45. In this, if you are having doubt like how the 45, it's nothing but just the addition of 5, 12, 18, and 10. It's 45. Okay, so here the comes the cumulative frequency for this interval of the groups. Okay, now understand what's the cumulative frequency, or do you have the doubts? If you have doubt, then please let me know it. Okay, now next topic is me like performing this topic. It feels like it's wow, so good, and it's easy and all the things. But for the smaller data, it's easy. But for the larger groups of data, the analysis and all the things are much tough. But we will learn it by practicing only. So we need to practice much more. Okay. So now let's understand visualizing the data. Why to use as such? First, why we require this? Makes the data easy to understand. As by visualization, for the person gets attracted, and also the understanding is very much clear. Shows the patterns and comparison clearly as such. Helps in presentation and reports for understanding our clients. We can it very much helpful for us. So first type is the bar chart. Okay. In this we have mm, bar chart. In this we have drawn one graph where frequency versus flower. Like in my garden, how many lilies are being grown up today? What's their frequency? So I have listed it up to the 4. Okay. Now we will see that what's the frequency of sunflower today in my garden. So it's only 2, and For the rose, I have seen that again it's equal to the lily. So used for the categorical data, discrete types of data. Uh, Bars do not touch each other. Shows how many items are in each categories. Shows us how many items are in each category. Example is the sales of different fruits. Now, second type is the histogram used for the numerical data, continuous data માટે એ use થાય. Okay. Bars touch each other to show the continuous data. Good for showing the frequency distribution. Analyzing the student test scores. Like this here the student's test score is being mentioned here in this whole. And here the like we can see that our bars are being touched, so it's represent that it's the continuous data. Okay, it's represent that it's the continuous data. Okay, now another new another let us wait for we have we have seen the bar graph like in this apple for the fruits apple banana kiwi and mango we have seen this. Now like here the apple banana and kiwi and mango all that. Now another is the pie chart. Now bar chart was the good, but next thing we use for the visualization is pie chart. Pie chart mainly used where we wherever we require to represent the of percentage type of thing at that time. So but here percentage occurrence of the every foot. So let's calculate first. So here we have calculated the percentage. After calculation, we got this percentage. Now to actually make the pie chart, you have to use a pie shaped circle. Okay. After that, this circle is representing 100%, and you have to slice out the circle like you slice a pie. Okay. So this represents the fruit distribution. Here is your pie chart. It will look like this. So for the it represent inside it's represent the percentage of the fruits distribution apple, mango, kiwi, banana like this way. Now another type is the line graph. Line graph are interesting and they have a separate purpose, but fruits let's understand how to make a line graph. For making the line graph, you must remember how we made the bar chart. Okay. So this was the graph that we made for the fruits in the line graph. You just have to plot a dot on the top of the bars. And after connecting the dots, it appears like the line pretty good. Oh, now remove the bars as well. And here we go out. Our we use bar in when to use line graph. Okay. To explain this answer, we will see again the data. As you can see, we have monthly expenses in this table. You can't create a frequency table for this. Still you can create a bar graph for this data with 12 bars for the monthly expense, but bar graph will not show us the flow of our data like what the trends and my expenses following. So here the best here is the line graph, as it will show the trends of our continuous data. So best here is the line graph, as it will show the trends of our continuous data. Okay. OGs gives means this is the here is the your cumulative frequency, and here is the frequency normal frequency distribution. Now two-way table representation is the nothing but let me see that this need to be covered up or not to be covered up. Okay, so this answer today's topic. So now let me see that. Okay, so for today we end up to this visualization part only. We will cover the things things in the next lecture as such. We will cover the arithmetic to mean, and tomorrow's lecture will be specially on the mean, median, mode, and types of things. So we conclude today. And if you have any doubts or any concerns, then please do comment it. And thanks for watching. And please do subscribe. And more by subscribing and liking the videos, like I feel motivated to make the new videos. So please do subscribe and like the video, and comment it out for new videos. So thanks for watching. We will meet in next video. Keep supporting, guys.